Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger NG, and we are doing this series of completing the trail mix unlock your data with data cloud to become a data cloud consultant certified. And we are learning more and more about data cloud, that how does it work, what features does it have. We have completed three sections of this trail mix already, and now we are at this section, that is resolve identity. So here we'll be learning about the identity resolution or the unified profile, what are they and how we can work with it. So our first module in this section is data and identity in data cloud. So let's open this. And in this module we'll be learning about unified profiles, how we can map the required objects, what is the identity resolution and more. So let's get started with it. Our first unit is get to know unified profiles. So I'll keep it short. I'll explain what all they are talking about here, that what is the unified profiles. So in the data cloud we are getting data from multiple data sources at one place. So if we are getting those data from multiple data multiple data sources, so there is a chance that we can have a same customer profile in the different data sources, and that will get the duplicated data in the data cloud. So suppose we are having a John customer in data source 1 as well as in data source 2 and as well as in data source 3. So after combining those data in the data cloud, we'll be having those three profiles, John from all these three data sources at one place, but they will be having duplicated data. So to resolve that issue, to not have the duplicated data at one place, we utilize this unified profile feature. Unified profile means it will create a single profile of that John user in the data cloud, having a single profile which we can utilize for our procedure further. So that's how we can utilize it. So we have learned about unified profile. Yes, so now types of the individual data model objects we are having. So when we mapped the customer or the contact data in the data model object, we utilize the individual data model object. But now you must be asking, we are having three John users, so it will be having three individual data model objects record, but we want to have a single record. So after creating the identity resolution, we will be having a single unique profile of that John user, and that we will have in this unified individual DMO. It will be having single profile of that user, that unique profile of that user, and then we will be having another DMO as well, created automatically alongside with unified individual DMO, which is called as unified link individual DMO, which is nothing but a kind of bridge between unified individual DMO and the individual DMO. So these attributes it will be having, that is individual record ID, data source object, and more. So then we can have the unified profile, which is a golden record, and it will be these are just some of the example they have explained it through. So we'll be coming to the quiz. Our first question is true or false. A unified profile is made up of data from multiple sources that is matched based on your configured rules. So yes, true. Second question is, which DMO act as a link between the source data and the unified individual? So that is unified link individual DMO. So C option is the correct one. Let's check. Now we will move on to the next unit. Create unified profile. So we have learned that what is the unified profile, but now when we want to create the unified profiles, where do we go to create those? So to create our unified profile, we have to go to the identity resolution tab, and there we can create it. So there some of the following question which you should be considering while working with or while creating the unified profiles, that where is our data located, from where the actual data is coming from, or how are we planning to identify the individuals in each of our data sources. There must be some key factor you might want to prioritize. Then what kind of data is shared across the systems, what does our customer journey look like what kind of interaction it will be having in future, or what is the data quality in each source is having, how many misspell words could be there, what data could be missing. So these kind of things we should be considerate about. So let's come to the quiz. Our first question is, which step needs to occur before identity resolution rules can be created? First option is ingest data into data cloud. Second option is map and model data. Third option is segment data. Fourth is A and B. And the fifth option is B and C. So A and B should be the correct one. We need to have the data in the data cloud first, and then we should map it to the data model objects. Then we can proceed with the identity resolution. Segment we can create after the unified profile creation, so that's not applicable here. Now let's come to the second question, that is, what should you consider when analyzing your data for unified profiles? First option is where data is located. Second option is data quality. Third option is data owners, and fourth is A and B. So again we should consider that from where our actual data is coming from and what kind of quality our data is having. And fifth option was B and C, but that's not applicable as data owners we do not care that who are the data owners. So let's check, and it is correct. Let's move on to the next unit. Map required objects. So in this we are talking about that how we can recognize our components and how we can map those values to identify our identity resolution later on. So there are certain components we have already talked about that in the data model object. There are attributes which we also consider can also be considered as fields. So they are there, we need to identify their goals and what kind of data we want to group, and then we can map it accordingly. So what is the importance of data mapping? So we can only unify profiles if they are mapped correctly. So that's the importance. If they are not mapped correctly, so it will not be able to identify the individual object on other elements such as contact point object or the party identifier object as well. So we have already discussed that individual object is nothing but a contact object or a user object we can consider as. So it will be holding all the details of the customer. And then what kind of required mapping we should be doing? If we are mapping it to the individual DMO, so we should be mapped to the individual ID, which is nothing but a primary key, that is the unique identifier. First name is also important and the last name. These 2 points should be mapped. Then we can map it to the contact point address party field, contact point app party field, and contact point email party, contact point phone party, and the party identification ID party field. So these will identify these unique DMOs and link it with the individual DMO. So basically individual ID from the individual DMO is most important, and that needs to be mapped correctly to the correct field of the correct DMOs. Now there are certain contact point objects as well, such as contact point address, contact point app, contact point email, contact point phone, and again there we are having party field as well. So to those we need to map our individual ID to make them uniquely identified with the individual DMO. Then we are having party identification object. So it allows us to use our own customer supplied identifier, so it is also an important part. And then there are certain attributes, that is party identification ID, party identification type, identification number, name, and the standard and custom attributes. So these we can map also accordingly. There you have mentioned we have mentioned that in the party identification ID we are having a party field which needs to be mapped to the individual ID, and that's how it will look like after mapping. So this is the data explorer where you can do the mapping. This is the DMO of the source DMO, and this is the DMO such as contact point phone, individual, and others. Now if we will come to the quiz, our first question is, what field must be mapped to data stream for identity resolution rules to work? First option is contact point email, second option is individual ID, third option is party, and the last one is contact ID. So B option should be the correct one. Second question is which object is used for unique external identifiers. First option is address, second option is email, third is name, and the last one is party identification. So this object is used for unique external identifiers. Let's check. And it is correct. Let's move on to the next unit. Understand identity resolution rule sets. So we have learned that we can create identity resolution which will result into the unified profiles, and we can map it to certain objects, DMOs as well. But you might wonder that on what basis we will be doing that. So their rule sets comes into the picture. Using rule sets we can differentiate our records, or we can set up a criteria that using this we want to make the different customer profile unique and merged together. So that's how it will look like, and there are certain criteria available to us, that is the fuzzy or the exact match or the normalized pattern. So what is the difference between these three? So exact means that it should match exactly. Fuzzy means they can match based on a similar match, but there could be some typos or different spelling as well, and that is fine. For normalized, that is matching based on the exact same info regardless of the formatting. So that's how we can match. And then we are having a reconciliation rules as well. So suppose that there are data coming from different sources, and in the result unified profile, our customer is having two different email addresses, and you might want to prioritize one over the another when you want to take some action on that data. So how can you decide that which email I want to prioritize? So there are three options available to us, that is what is the recently used, or if you want to prioritize one data source above the another, or which is the most frequent use. So these three criteria are we having, using which we can prioritize one data over the another using the reconciliation rules. So yeah, that's how it is. And let's come to the quiz. First question is true or false, that is fuzzy match is matching the exact data regardless of formatting. So false, that is the normalized matching, not the fuzzy match. Second question is which reconciliation rule should be used if you trust one data source over another. First option is most accurate, second is most frequent, third option is matching, and the last one is source sequence. So D option should be the correct one. Let's check. And that is correct. Let's move on to the last unit of this module, that is configure identity resolution rule sets. So we have talked about the rule sets, what are they, what kind of rule sets we are having. Now we are talking about where do we go to create those rule sets. So we need to go to the identity resolutions tab, then we need to click on new button and select the individual identity. There you will be getting an option to create the rule set ID, and then you can move forward to create the rule sets ID. It could look like this later on when you will be creating like fuzzy first name and the exact normalized address. These are the criteria which NTO has chosen here, so you will be also creating it like this. Yeah, and this is the home page of the identity resolution with the rule set properties. Here is the reconciliation rules, here is the details tab, and then we are having the processing history, where we can view the processing history of our resolution rules, including the last processing data, individual sources, matching, and the consolidation rates as well. So now if we will come to the quiz, our first question is where do you create identity resolution rule set in the data cloud? First option is data streams, second is identity resolutions, third is setup, and the last one is data explorer. So B option is the correct one. Second question is true or false, you can create two rule sets to use for testing identity resolution rules. So that is correct, we can create two rule sets at a time. So true, let's check. And this is correct, that's how we are done with this data and identity in data cloud module. And after this, next we are having this videos that is related to the identity resolution. So please go through it, you will get some idea. I have already went through it, so I'll be marking it as complete. Then we are having another project, that is quick start create an identity resolution rule set. So in this we'll be learning how we can create the rule set by doing it actually. So stay tuned, we'll be covering that in next video. And if you like it, please like the video and subscribe the channel, and let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt. Thank you, stay tuned.